I've been doing a lot of videos on my channel of reviews of different products over the years, whether it was vapes, electric bikes, rowers. I've been doing a lot of things, trying to get more healthy, do things to be more active. And one of the things that I like to do is fly drones. So I've been doing reviews on e-bikes, and I would use the Skydio 2 beacon, the blue and black one you see right there, kind of where my finger's at, right there. And I've been through two of them already. Now, the way that I fly those is different the way that I fly a DJI. The difference is a Skydio, you can use a controller, and they stopped making them. The reason why they stopped making them is because they recently moved into the government sector and more of a commercial side. So getting new Skydios, you can still get them. It's just much more difficult than what they used to be. And in my opinion, Skydio 2, I'm sure I'll do a video down the road comparing a Skydio 2 to a DJI. Let me explain how much I like Skydio 2s. See the one review where it went down, or the short? And then you saw the second video where it went down as well. So that's two Skydio 2s. That's a third one, by the way. The other one is basically destroyed, and now I have another one on the way from eBay, and that's how much I like them. The problem is with Skydio is they don't really like to warranty something that you bought from somebody else. Now, if you bought an original product from them, they'll warranty it, and we're not really here for that. So I would use the beacon, and what the beacon is something that you could hold in your hand, and then you can control the drone with this guy. Now, DJI does not do this with any of their drones. They had a thing where you had to follow me, where it would follow essentially the controller, but they've now since removed that, and the only real option you have is Active Track. And to me, Active Track versus Skydio are two very different things. Skydio 2's tracking is bar none the best that there is. Granted, there's not really a whole lot of drones on the market. You have Autel, which is Chinese. You have DJI, also Chinese, and there was a whole thing where the government essentially banned it for use in the government sector. Anyway, I digress. So I was using a lot of that in the beacon, and with the beacon, you could do everything you could with a controller. It's just you have a much smaller screen, and it was fantastic. Fantastic tracking. Just once it went around power wires, it just got lost, just like any other drone would. So as I'm flying, I said, if I could just have somebody that would fly it, and then through a lot of research over the years, I knew that you could get licensing for it, and I flew it over my business in Edison because my landlord wouldn't pay for the air conditioning. That's where the wires are wet comes from. Those of you that have no idea what that means, that's okay. I'm getting there. So I flew drones before, I just never took it serious. And then I start browsing the interwebs and come to find out how much commercial drone pilots could actually make. It blew my mind. I said, oh my God. Plus, you can't really fly a drone and then make any money from it recreationally. Legally, you're not allowed. So I said, okay. Now, last week, this comes to me for fruition. I said, all right, well, I guess I'm going to take the Part 107 test. And I've procrastinated this for years. But if I'm going to make money from YouTube video, you have to have a Part 107 if it's got drone footage in it. Unless the drone is flown by another remote pilot in command or somebody that actually has a Part 107, then that's a little bit different. But if I'm filming my own footage, I have to have it. Now, using the Skydio 2 with the beacon, you don't need to have it, but I'm still going to be making money from it. So let's get the 107. Let's do it. When you look at the Part 107, you're going to get mixed reactions. You're going to have some people that's going to tell you it is fantastically easy. You study for 3 months, you're going to get it. First off, if you study for anything for 3 months for a single test with a booklet and you fail, you don't deserve whatever you're studying for. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not by no stretch of the means. Some people are slower learners than others. Some people are great book readers, but I'm not one of them. I don't like to read books. I don't like to listen to audiobooks. I like a movie, just show it to me. I'm one of those people, hands-on type of learning. So when I found out last Tuesday that I'm going to take the Part 107, I said, let me do this. Let me start doing a lot of YouTube search. And I even went on Drone Dart because I saw all these different pilots saying, you get these things online, you do these plans online, and it's going to be easy. It's no big deal. They have all these different modules, and it's just simple. Just follow along and do it. And I'm not saying they're bad, they're just slow talkers. And we're not talking about 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. People say it takes steady 7 to 9 days at minimum of studying to gather all that information, store it, and then be able to take the exam and then pass it. On Tuesday of last week, I schedule this Monday, today, to do the test. And I didn't study. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I watched one video Thursday night. I think I started paying $149. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these different drone programs, these different seminars, they all are going to charge money. Of course, you're going to find stuff free on YouTube. The problem is with a lot of stuff on YouTube, it's outdated. I know what you're going to say. Is it's going to be the same test? No, it's not. No, it's not. I think there's 300 plus questions, and they randomize which questions you're going to get on the test. So there's no way of knowing exactly what you're going to get. And I'm here to tell you from taking the test today that on the practice exams that I've taken online, they've either reworded it or they've moved the words around to confuse you, and that's the goal. So anyway, do all this stuff online, looking at all these YouTube videos. I watch that Tony and something. I watch a lot of videos, and they're very informative. And some of them are easier to watch than others, and then some are just absolutely painfully, stakingly rough to get through. And when I got on Drone Dart, I think I did 2 modules. I think the introduction and then the next part. And I was like, I'm just going to go right to the practice exam. I skipped everything. And of course, I failed the first, second, third. Every time I took the test, I failed. But they do, majority of them do offer, if you're able to pass, or if you pass your drone test, you're going to get a refund. So needless to say, I did all this studying here, and I started on Thursday, and I knew my test was going to be on Monday, and I just gave up. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to wing it. So come Saturday, I start reading a little bit more up on stuff, but it's so much information to take in. You see a lot of people say they'll study for 3 months. Some people say they'll study for 9 days. Essentially, on Friday, I spent a total of about 2 hours studying for an exam that's supposed to take 7 to 9 days consecutively. Again, people take months. Sometimes people even wait years. So fast forward, last night, I'm like, okay, I got to refresh on this if I'm taking the test tomorrow. Well, I refreshed for about 20 minutes on Drone Dart. Good website. I refreshed a little bit on some YouTube videos. All in total, I spent about 9 to 10 hours. Maximum. When I went into the place today, my confidence level was down low. I said, you know what? I'm not going to pass this. I can just accept that. It's no big deal. Time to move forward. Just take the test again. Another 3 months. I'll study some more. I'll actually do some studying. So, sure enough, I take the test, and I'm just going to cut right to it. You've made it this far into the video. I passed. And I passed. If I would have missed one more question, I got a 72%. If I would have missed one more question, I would have failed. So that's not saying that most people would be able to pass this exam with 7, 8, no studying required. You're going to see people that said they've done it with no studying. How do you know the different classes of airspace if you've done no studying? How do you know anything? So you do have to do some studying. But a lot of what you're going to find, no one's going to be able to give you that direct answer. It's hours upon hours upon hours of information that's just jumbled into random questions and then how you do it. So what I plan to do is, again, I know you've seen this channel transition into a lot of things. I'm not going to stop doing the bike reviews. I'm not going to stop working out. I'm not going to stop doing a lot of what I'm doing. It's just that I'm going to add this to my portfolio because now I have a Part 107. Just look up how much commercial drone pilots make and how much they can make for one real estate shot, depending on where you're at. And it's just nice if there's somebody that's posted something on Craigslist or a real estate agency is going to pay $1,800 for an inside the home shot, I am absolutely going to jump all over that. I just wanted people to know, if you are looking into a Part 107, don't be discouraged that it's going to be difficult. Don't be discouraged that these people online that are telling you these modules are extremely boring, because they are. And it's not their fault. It really isn't. It's just boring, man. And it's a lot of information. You know, you do have to pass your background check. You have to do a lot of stuff. But I'm here to tell you that if I could do it in 7 to 9 hours, now I consider myself fairly intelligent and I got a memory like an elephant. It's fantastic. But a lot of those questions, they were not repetitive. To me, I dealt with more sectional charts than anything. And I hate sectional charts because it's got a lot of colors. Anybody knows me, I'm colorblind. So you will see some drone videos on here. I don't know how many drones I'm actually going to buy, considering I have like every single DJI and both the Skydios. I don't know if I'm going to get an X10. I don't even know if they're going to sell me one. But I just wanted to let you know that if you are going to take a Part 107, it is definitely 100%. I can tell you without even me doing anything right now with a 107, you know, doing wedding events, anything where you're making money, you have to have a Part 107 for. Do not, and I repeat, do not fly as of this date. If you get caught making money with a drone, that's like a $34,000 fine. Let that sink in. Don't blame me. Look it up. I'm just saying it's a lot of money. So, and that's per fence. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Take the 107. Make sure you study. And I've kept it real. So can you. Jay Hayes, out. What?